And you know what upsets me, Mike?
What
It
does?
just, I don't have intro music yet, and so it's like the radio dies, and then it's just, hey, my voice again. Well, it's a sad, sad morning, everyone,
Hmm.
and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Last night, a little thing known as the World Series came to a close, and the bad guys won.
The bad guys.
The bad guys won. It was literally hard to watch as a warm-blooded human being, just to watch that kind of cruel injustice take place in the world that we know as sports. And it I don't know, it hurt to watch. Now, Mike, I know you're a Yankees fan, so I'll let you have your moment in the sun. Have some fun with this.
As a cold-blooded lizard, actually, last night was fairly fun to watch. Um, I got so excited, and I'm pretty sure every building on campus shook a little because there are
Lots and lots of Yankees
lots and lots
fans.
of Yankee fans, and it's just happy to add one to the win column instead of the loss column.
Now, see, I always like when people go, "Oh yeah, there's number 27. We're so happy. This is our 27th World Series win." All right, calm down. You weren't alive for those. It's this is probably number 3 for you. But
5.
5, yeah, well, three since you've actually been able to watch sports and comprehend them, because it's, you know what, they hadn't won in 9 years.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
so I mean, the Yankees fans who were getting cocky and saying, "Oh yeah, how many titles does your team have?" Yada yada. Calm down, all right, because you weren't around for one through a whole bunch of those. If we're gonna start counting stuff in the 20s and 30s, then, well, I don't know. That just seems kind of irrelevant to me.
It is part of their history, and if you do bring out anything about salary cap, what makes the team great is the 27 world championships, and that's 8 different decades with a World Series ring.
Oh yeah,
So,
they're playing with old money though. So
well, the past 5, you can't exact because they didn't win one in the 80s. The 80s, I guess everything just went wrong for everybody.
yeah, but still, they were making money. So I mean, they've had this giant war chest over time just built up. So it's not like they're new at being rich. They've been rich forever. The 80s, they probably just misspent the money they had, but they've always been rich.
The 80s is probably like the past 9 years.
Right, exactly. They probably just messed up the money they had, but it's old money. So I mean, yeah, you could bring up the salary cap, but uh, it just doesn't. I don't know. I don't like to hear that. Oh yeah, my team's got 27 titles, because you weren't around for most of those, a good portion of them. So calm down. Um, it was nice to see. Uh, no, it wasn't. I can't even lie.
Hmm.
I was gonna say it was nice to see A-Rod get a ring. Not really. That didn't make me feel any bit warm and fuzzy on the inside. It just made everything a little bit worse.
Well, we don't have to hear about it anymore, so I guess that's a positive.
Yeah, there is that. We don't have to hear about Aroyd not having a title anymore.
Because I don't like Johnny Damon getting another ring. Even though
Yeah,
he's on the Yankees, I still don't like the
I
guy.
like I like Johnny Damon because he's a goofball, but I don't like Johnny Damon because he left Boston and went to New York.
And he got hurt in that game, and in Boston, he made great defensive plays that made up for his terrible arm, and he at least stole a ton of bases and was a threat on the bases, unlike in New York, where he's like, I'll hit a few more home runs, and then I'll just be Johnny Damon over here.
Yeah, well, I like him and Swisher, how they have the goofball factor. But other than that, there wasn't really anybody on the team I liked. I like Mark Teixeira. I even like CC Sabathia, but it was nice to see that was it. It was nice to see CC get a ring. I like CC. So, I mean, he went to Milwaukee and things didn't work out for him there. And obviously he wasn't winning one in Cleveland. But
Mm.
it was nice to see him win. It was hard though to watch things fall apart for the Phillies the way they did early on in that game, with Pedro getting shellacked, and it was like watching the Yankees beat his daddy just one more time.
Hideki beat his daddy.
Yeah, it was like watching a little boy just go up to daddy, and daddy whipped out daddy's belt, and that was that. So uh, What was your favorite part of the game last night? Because I know you were probably jumping up and down the whole time.
Um, hmm. I know I did enjoy
The part they won.
the part they won, watching the bet come off or the ball come off Hideki's bat, and I was especially excited because it was 7-3,
Yeah.
7-3. So there's always the possibility of a comeback because it is baseball and anything can happen. But I was excited to see us put Mariano in there and Enter Sandman came on,
I hate that.
and Mariano was just looking for a piece of hardware for his thumb.
Yeah. I texted my friend when they brought Mariano in, and I was like, I hope they put the Sandman to bed because I hate that whole Enter Sandman thing. He's got that whole, oh, look at me, I'm Mariano, I'm the Sandman. So
He didn't do that. The
no,
stadium does that.
I know, but I don't like Enter Sandman. I don't like Metallica, so
I don't like the song either, but I like calling him Mariano Sandman.
yeah. I liked Trevor Hoffman had Hell's Bells, right? That was his thing.
That's even more cliche.
Yeah.
But
I like Trevor Hoffman more than I like Mariano Rivera, so I liked that one better. Um, it was I don't know. I feel like New York fans, yeah, they got their wish today. Last night, the Yankees won the title. All is right with the world. That's a lie, because it's not. But um, I don't know. I feel like rooting for the Yankees, you kind of lose something because you're automatically rooting for a team with a decided advantage over the rest of the league. Like obviously they have more money to spend than anybody else by a long shot. Um, I mean, well, actually Boston's probably creeping up on them, but I don't I don't know the numbers, but I know those are those are the teams with the two biggest war chests right now, where you can just go out there and
they're up there, but not.
spend the money. But I mean, think about it. You have as much money as the Yankees do, and can afford to go out and sign as much talent as the Yanks can. I feel like you lose something in rooting for them because they automatically, by having that much money and spending that much money, are automatically expected to win a title. It's just the way it works. You have that advantage now. You're forced to use it. I'm pretty sure the Mets are number 3, and
They're actually two.
right, the Mets are 2 then, and yeah, that's a really obvious example of a team that goes out there and does not spend the money wisely. Because we all saw the Mets this year, and yeah, injuries and everything else, but they were awful. Either you have as much depth, you have as much money as they do. Go out there and get some depth because uh, they were like watching a circus this year. But I mean, I feel like anything with the Yankees other than a World Series is obviously a disappointment, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Most fans will tell you that, but I do realize how hard it is to get back there, and because I was spoiled as a child, with the 5 and 4 years.
5 4 years, huh?
Yeah, that was Jeter's first 5 years. Wait, 4 and 5 years.
I was waiting for you to pick up on that.
The lower number before the higher number is what I wanted. But I'm a Yankee fan because my dear late grandmother was one of the biggest Yankee fans I know.
This is gonna be a tear-jerking story because I didn't bring tissues.
You might have to make a makeshift tissue.
Oh man, I use my sleeve.
She was a big Yankees fan. I mean, she's the epitome. She born after the Red Sox won their last World Series in 1918 or whatever, and died right before their last one. So she was along there with the babe.
She lived the glory years then.
She did. She was right in between both the Red Sox World Series, and
Well, that's the way to do it then.
I bet she was happy about it.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure that yeah, she was probably happy.
But she was my grandmother, and we'd watch Yankee games together, and she was a huge Yankee fan. She got Joe Torre's autograph. She was buried with Derek Jeter autographed baseball. So her hearse had Yankee flags on it. I mean,
that's pretty legit, dude.
Yeah,
she wasn't playing around.
That's why I'm a Yankees fan. It's just my grandmother instilled it in me.
Now, did you pull up the? I didn't mean to cut you off there, but did you pull up the top payrolls in baseball?
I did.
All right, reel off the top 5 to me.
Yankees, Mets, Cubs, Red Sox, and Tigers.
The Tigers are on there. See, I didn't expect that. A lot of people
They did have a huge pay cut though.
a lot of a lot of
2008.
people used to refer to the Tigers as a small market team. It's kind of shocking to see them in the top five. The Cubs, you kind of expect. They were three, right?
Yep.
Boston was four.
Yep. A lot of these. Let's see. The Yankees. Well, they have the comparison between 2008 and 2009.
Yeah.
The Yankees had $8 million cut in their salary.
That's chump change, though.
Yeah. Well, they're making enough money for it. The Mets cut like $9 million. I know they added $9 million.
Yeah.
The Cubs added
in this economy, no less.
The Cubs added way too much. They had like 15 million in there. Red Sox cut about 12 million, and the Tigers cut a large number as well.
Well, I don't know. I feel like like I said, you root for the Yankees. It's rooting for a team with a decided advantage financially over the rest of the league, and not all talent obviously is bought. Look at the core of the Yankees roster. You have A-Rod, Jeter's a homegrown prospect, so you'll give him that. Teixeira is a free agent, though. Cano was a prospect, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
It was in their system. As far as their outfield goes, Matsui was brought in from Japan. They were able to outbid anybody who would have wanted to get him. The rest of their outfield isn't really all that threatening. Swisher, Damon, Gardner, Cabrera, whatever. It's not that good. But I feel like you root for a team that's got that much money, and then they lose, and yeah, obviously you're disappointed. But it's one out of 30 baseball teams that could win the title. But if I don't know, I feel like it would get boring rooting for that team after a while.
Well, we had a 9-year break, so we had enough time to get excited.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like over that 9, how do you not win? Like you've got that much money. Like how do you not win one in 9 years? Over that span.
It's hard to get there.
I know.
There are 162 games and then 3 series. I mean, the Diamondbacks and the Marlins handled them. The Red Sox handled. They were in the playoffs.
Yeah, they did constantly go to the playoffs. They only missed
every year but one.
Yeah.
So they were at least in the playoffs. They just had A-Rod. He's a big problem in the playoffs. He's okay this series.
Yeah, I mean, I personally believe there should be a salary cap. Do you?
It's gonna be kind of hard to.
Well, obviously now.
Put that in now, but
there should be some sort of. I mean, you can be a team like the Yankees and have as much money as they do and just not be able to spend that all on free agency. I mean, look at the Redskins in football. They have a ton of money, but they don't have to spend it on free agents because there's, a set amount that everybody's allowed to spend on free agents to keep the teams that have built up enormous, amounts of money over the years to keep them from, doing that. Because now things that happened before any of these guys were in the league are affecting their ability to go out there and be competitive next year, and to me, that's really unfair.
Well, I'm even going to knock the Yankees to say we really don't need a salary cap, is because since salary's been relevant, or like the big money's actually come in for these teams, the Yankees have only won. I mean, it's been for the past 9 years, it's been very balanced in the past decade. So, I mean, their salary hasn't been exactly. Well, they're in the playoffs, but they're not winning. I mean, if the Yankees won every year, then yeah, you probably need a salary cap because not everyone has it. But I mean, if they're not going to spend it on players and getting better, they're not going to change their uniforms. They just built a new stadium.
Yeah, no, I
bring
feel
in
like
the best PA announcers, best scouts out there.
Just market, whatever. Just throw it out there and kill it with marketing.
Make even more money.
Yeah, like that's the way to do it. Then I mean, I'm sure that's what the teams in football and I guess hockey now. Hockey is a salary cap. If there's any team in hockey that's got a ton of money, they can just go out there and spend money on advertising or promotional things to help keep the fans involved.
I think winning keeps them involved.
Well, That's a good thing.
That's one of the biggest draws, like when you're a little kid.